Last year, Princess Tiffany on YouTube found an article that said that Meghan had possibly had a physical fight with Doria over baby Lily's name. According to Princess Tiffany, the row between mother and daughter occurred in baby Lily's nursery in the dead of night. It is believed that Doria was unpleased in not having been acknowledged in her granddaughter's name in some way. This is believed to have been a stab in the gut for Doria, as she allegedly felt her daughter had not acknowledged her in any way, shape, or form. It is thought that there was a full-blown flinging match when Doria was thrown across the room, where soiled nappies and toys were thrown by Miss Raglan at her daughter. They were also apparently overheard by staff arguing. However, Princess Tiffany does stress that no one actually saw the incident, but it was heard and mostly recorded. She goes on to say that Meghan fought back against her mother and said that her parents were nobodies and trailer trash. This shows how horrible and bitter she is. It is thought that Markle feels that by naming Lily after her mother that she won't get into high society when she's older. After the alleged physical fight, Doria broke down in tears, grabbed herself, and bolted from the house. Meghan apparently screamed after her that she never wants to see her again. We're not going to repeat what else is believed to have been said, even though most of this is probably untrue. This explains why Doria wasn't at her granddaughter's first birthday party. Meanwhile, Meghan Markle's relationship with her father, Thomas Markle Sr., is reportedly still estranged. The father and daughter used to be very close, especially while Markle was still growing up. After all, her mom, Doria Raglan, wasn't always around, so she spent most days with her dad. But over the past 6 years, the Duchess of Sussex has not seen her dad in person, and they haven't also had a proper conversation. Now it has been revealed that Meghan Markle's dad was one of the people who shared stories about the Duchess of Sussex in Tom Bower's new book. The author spoke to several people to piece together their accounts and include them in his book. Tom Bower doesn't outright say Doria was in prison, but asks where could she have been that she was missing from Meghan Markle's life for a period of 10 years. Actually, he does answer this question, but across various chapters as opposed to definitive one answer in one chapter. Go read his chapters on Thomas and their marriage. Actually, I suggest you don't read his book, for it's mostly lies. Tom Bower has no shame in continuously spreading lies, such as Doria being a partier and neglecting her children, when there is no way that he would be able to confirm this, considering that there was only 3 or 5 people in that house at the time. There is no way Tom would be able to talk to anybody who would give a definitive account on what happened in these days or these times. Tom is just making things up for the sake of selling his book. He's a natural-born grifter and has absolutely no shame in continuously spreading these lies. Interestingly enough, Tom Bower leaves Thomas Markle alone, the white parent of Meghan Markle. No lies are ever told about Thomas Markle, whereas Doria Raglan constantly has to deal with Tom Bower calling her a bad mother, or even a neglectful mother, or a drug addict. All of these are absolute lies. Following the release of Bower's book, royal commentator Roya Nikkah claimed that Thomas used the book as an opportunity to air his side of the narrative. I think Thomas has used the book as a sort of platform to try and reestablish his side of the narrative. You get much more of an understanding from Thomas Markle's point of view. The relationship that is now portrayed as very close is the one between Meghan and her mother, but actually for great periods of her childhood and her teenage years, she was living with her father. But just because she was living with her father doesn't necessarily mean that her and her father had a close relationship. I think this is evident by the fact that Thomas Markle finds it appropriate to go on to major news channels to talk about his own daughter.